Welcome to a new venue on the mountain bike circuit, the charming town of Maribor. The Diesel UCI Mountain Bike World Cup has come to Slovenia for the very first time. It's the second round of the downhill, and all the riders have come to take a crack at Mount Pohorje, that towers almost 1,000 metres over the town. Maribor, only a few miles from Slovenia's border with Austria, is already a fixture as part of the Alpine World Cup, and it seems only right that it gets a summer workout too. The course is a little shorter than Leger, at 2.8 kilometres, but the good weather has made it a lot faster than last week's French mud bath. And anyway, this is one track with no speed limit. That might mean that Anne-Caroline Chasson, winner of the season opener, might face a bit more of a challenge from her rivals for the women's title. We're on course now with Elke Brutzart, the Schwinn Toyota rider. This is the section known as Hallelujah. Quite so sure about that, as Elke takes that very gingerly indeed. Decided to revert to her old style of riding for 1999. 1998, she was only 8th overall in the World Cup. She was disappointed with that. She said she was concentrating too much on her technique rather than her greatest asset, her strength and speed. You wouldn't guess it there, but she is very, very fast and very strong. Of course, going back, she won her first ever downhill World Cup downhill race. That was at Mont Saint Anne in 1994, and Elke Brutzart has never been out of the top 10 since then. In fact, 1998 was her lowest, but she's looking good at the moment, and she's got that time of Mercedes Gonzalez to beat, 5:16.67. Gonzalez qualifying really low in 27th spot, but came out with a blistering time, and I wonder if Brutzart's going to beat that. She's looking very good at the moment. She's pedaling really hard. 4:20 better than Gonzalez. An excellent run from Elke Brutzart. And Gonzalez going up to congratulate the American. An excellent ride. At the top of the course, this was Lee Donovan recorded from earlier in her run. The intense cycles rider pedaling furiously out of the gate on this 2.8-kilometre course. Drops by 550 metres. Donovan slightly disappointed with her result at Leger in the first round. She was only 8th there, just over 45 seconds slower than Anne-Caroline Chasson. But she doesn't like the mud, and it was wet and muddy there. And she misses the jump at the slipper, decides to go on the right-hand side there. Surprising from Donovan, because she is a very good jumper. Don't forget, we're still recorded here. Takes that jump well, though. And now we are live with Lee Donovan going into the Hallelujah section. The intense cycles rider now manages her own team, along with her mechanic boyfriend, Stickman. Donovan, a multinational champion from America. She's won the dual slalom in that country. She's won the downhill in that country, and looking good at the moment. She's got that time of Brutzart to beat of 5:12.47. On this course that is mainly very, very fast. Not a lot of single track, but fairly technical. The gradient, 20%. Donovan really is going to win the World Cup. She has to learn how to ride in the wet and mud. She's brilliant in the sun and looking very good at the moment. That time of 5:12.47 to beat. Donovan looking excellent on this bottom half of the course. The sun is shining for Donovan, and it's going to shine for her over the line. 6:42 better than Brutzart. An excellent run from Lee Donovan. She'll be very happy with that. We are back live with Katja Ripo, the Finnish rider, riding for GT Finland. Rode for Sintesi Velici in 1998, and of course that team folded. It was back in 1997 that Katja Ripo shocked the world, actually, by coming 3rd at the World Championships. It really was a surprise result there, but she's a very, very consistent rider. Technically good. Doesn't tend to have a weakness anywhere in her armoury. A lot like Marla Streb. Unfortunately, not riding the downhill. She was 3rd at Leger in the first round. Streb not riding here at Maribor. She injured herself in the duel. decided not to compete in the downhill, but Cacharipo is, and she's looking good at the moment. That time of 5:06.05 to beat. I don't think she's going to beat that, though, but she's going to be close indeed, I'm sure. Her best ever result was last year at Big Bear. She came fourth. What's she going to do this year? 6:21 slower than Lee Donovan, but she's in second spot at the moment. Giovanna Benazzi very happy for the Finnish rider. And we're back with Anne-Caroline Chasson, second fastest in the qualifying this morning. This is recorded earlier from her run. Taking it quite easy out of the start gates, though. But this woman is super, super fast. Actually spent most of the winter off of her bike. She skied most of the time off-piste. She does love skiing. A lot of weight training as well. And Caroline Chasson, will she take the jump? She takes it very well indeed. The only woman so far to have taken that jump well. This is the fastest part of the course, Blueberry Hill. Don't forget, we're still recorded earlier from her run. A good jump there from Chasson. So smooth. That time of Donovan to beat, 5:06.05. Chasson technically so gifted. Mentally strong. And we are live now. Chasson, that time to beat, 5:06.05. A brilliant run from Lee Donovan. And the French woman who won at Leger by a massive 17.23 seconds. It would have been even more if she hadn't have crashed. And she's looking, well, I never. Very good indeed here in Maribor on this 2.8 kilometre course. She is going to beat the time by Lee Donovan. I am sure of that. 7:30. Just under 7.5 seconds faster than Lee Donovan.
And she wears the Diesel UCI Leaders jersey just to prove it that she's had a great season thus far. And Caroline Chasson at 4:58.75.
Last to go was Missy Jove, but a puncture meant she could finish no better than 10th. Round 2 to Chasson.
I've got no secret. It was a very difficult race to win. You also need a bit of luck and the right mental attitude. But I don't have any secret. I'm trying hard, like everybody else.
Another champagne celebration with Anne-Caroline Chasson at the epicentre. That's 9 wins out of the last 10 and 2 out of 2 this year. It was an excellent second for Lee Donovan, and Cacharipo, the GT rider from Finland, is showing her great consistency. Brutzart's 4th place is her best result for some time, while Missy Jove's foe's teammate Lisa Scher also ended up on the podium. Chasson is already miles clear in the overall standings, with Repo 200 points behind. Marla Streb didn't start the race and drops off the board, while Missy Jove falls to 4th.